Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. I hope that you guys are doing well. Okay, so we're going to be working with What's the Tea Oracle cards today. Just to check in with the energy. Okay, so if you are new, please be aware of my legal disclaimer. It's in the description box below. But we're going to go over the contract part, okay? By watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes shadow banning of this channel and any copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted, so do not steal my messages from God and the Holy Spirit. I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not shoot the messenger and do not harm the prophets of God. Okay, now we're going to go into the prayer. So I pray that the Most High God, the archangels, all of the angels, the ascended masters, and any other spirit guides or angels of love, peace, and light that want to come be with us now, any spiritual court systems, including the Galactic Federation of Light, to look into this situation and be present for this reading, all spiritual court systems, and the reading of the Akashic Records. Okay, so I ask that God Most High, please return all evil and block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way or copy it. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. I ask now as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me, and thank you for blessing my subscribers, and thank you for healing sick and creating miracles in your holy name, Lord my God. I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. All right, let's just tap in. So what I'm picking up on is a legal issue. I'm picking up on somebody that's very hooked to your energy. They're trying to bring a legal issue to somebody in the collective. Why are they doing this? I'm not for sure. I feel like maybe you moved away from this person, or you could be moving. You could be thinking about moving, right? Whoever you're dealing with is somebody who's a bully, energetically, spiritually, and in every type of way. So this is why you could have had to move away from this person. I'm also picking up on gang stalking. These people have a bad reputation for being gang stalkers and for being like paid gang stalkers. So you could also have an online business. These people want you to fail. They don't want you to be able to move. They want you to be trapped. Somebody wants to steal something from you. They want to steal this shine that you have. Your light irritates somebody's demons, and that could be why you had to move, because this person would not stop coming for you. They would not stop trying to steal from you. Robbed, lost, theft, physical, or emotional. These people are trying to steal something spiritual from you. You rejected them because you knew that these people did not, have a good intention for you. So you rejected them, and they are bent out of shape about it. This person wants to have information about you and where you went. You're over here too busy winning. This person is stalking you. They're still trying to stalk you. I mean, come on. Like I said, gang stalkers, stalking, watching, obsessed. Yeah. They're a grudge holder. They're blaming you for something that you did not do. You are not responsible for this person's jealousy, their envy, their greed, their lust, their hate, their malice. You're not responsible for that. Even if you did something to make this person feel a certain type of way, they are still responsible for their emotions. So don't allow this person to make you feel like you need to change what you're doing to accommodate them. No, they can get the fuck out of your energy and they can fuck right off. That's what they can do. Post haste, they can do, they should have already been done, did this. They already should have left you alone and fucked off. And they should, honestly, the moment that they knew that you had this shine, this extraterrestrial shine, the moment that they noticed this, they should have let you go, and they should have picked an easier target, somebody who would let them steal or whatever. That doesn't mind if, you know what I'm just saying, like, you're not an easy mark. So this is weird. Yeah, like I said, your boss daddy, stable, rich business owner, CEO, big dick energy. You could be a masculine, or you could even be a divine feminine, still hold this energy. So divine masculine, you could have moved, and you had to get away from this thief, stalker, and grudge holder. Absolutely deranged person. I'm not even kidding. This person is now having legal issues now that you're gone. Like I said, they're hooked on your energy. Absolutely hooked. And masculine, divine masculine, this could have been a feminine that you slept with that won't leave you alone. They're stuck in their ego. Their pride is hurt and they feel ashamed of what they've done, but not to the point where they'll admit what they've done and change their ways. They just feel like they need to find a new way to stalk you or to get these hooks into your energy. This person is a habitual divination abuser. Okay, somebody that abuses divination is somebody that pulls cards every day on another person. They're not checking their own energy. They're not reading and maybe they're reading for a client, but I highly doubt that. This is somebody that targets somebody else's energy and they pull cards on them consistently. They want to be able to copycat this person. They try to use scarcity tactics based off of the bullshit information that they get from divination. This person doesn't know how to read cards. They may have to go to somebody to get the cards read because this person doesn't know. They're trying to do it themselves, but they don't know what the hell they're doing. What does this person want from the collective? Money, love, dream, love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. This person feels like they're in love with you. Well, like I said, this could have been somebody that you cut off that you were sleeping with. Divine masculine. Carless. This person is about to lose their vehicle. They're not going to have a car to stalk you in pretty soon. Or they've already lost their vehicle. Could be happening like now. They're getting their shit repoed. Fishing for comments. This person could be literally trying to get people to talk about you. They could be going to your loved ones or people that they know that lived in your neighborhood to get information about you. That's not okay. I feel like this person's going to bully you online because they don't know where to physically locate you. And this has got this person freaking out. They're so into you. You could have divorced this person. You could have separated from them. You could have just walked away, or you could have just cut them off. This is why I hope that this wasn't your wife, because this person is scary. Screenshot, getting evidence, proof, facts. This person is trying to get evidence that you are with another woman, that you are cheating, that you're whatever. It's not cheating if you all broke up and are separated. Okay, that's just you moving on, and this person's not okay with you moving on. Which is absolutely fine. They don't need to be okay with you moving forward. It doesn't really matter. You're still going to move forward. You're too busy winning. This is the same shit, different day for this person. They wanted to force themselves on you. They want to force their way in. They want to force you to stay with them. This feminine's energy is so toxic. I just have to keep clearing it, okay? But yeah, it's so it's such low dense energy. This person needs to wake up. from the matrix. They need to wake up and have an awakening. Photo proof, getting evidence. This person is stalking you and taking pictures of you. Probably pictures of you doing yard work, walking to this, like walking places, just weird shit. For some of you, it's going to be pictures of where you used to live. This person wants to find out where you live so they can take pictures of it, dox it, and put it on the dark web. I'm not kidding. I haven't felt a vengeful energy like this in a long time. So this could have been a succubus, sucky slut type energy that won't let you go. Clout hungry ass monster. When they're this little ass mouse, they're actually more like a tiny little snake that can't do shit. I don't even want to say that this person's a snake. They're just a rotten ass soul. But yeah, says anything, does anything, makes shit up, and is dramatic. This person will report you falsely to the police. That's stupid. Be aware of people trying to come to you, giving you an offer, and they have nothing. This person has nothing that they can offer you that you want. Like, this person has nothing to offer you that you want. No friendship, no nice talks. This person is a bitch. They're a bitch, okay? And a witch. They don't have anything to offer. They feel like they're the you know, the shit. They feel like they the shit. And they're not. Like, no one feels like this person is the shit. They may also be using a friend to try to stalk you. So beware of any new people that you add on Facebook. Make sure that you know them, or whatever other dating apps. Make sure you know them, because she's going to use a friend's profile to try to contact you. You could have put this person on block. This person believes that she's a queen rising that's stepping up into her power. You are drawing in the queen rising who's stepped into her power. Okay. You guys will remain unfazed. If you're dating a new person, the both of you guys are going to remain unfazed by this person. Marrying for money. So you knew that this was a clout hungry slut bucket, succubus slut person that is obsessed with material shit that you don't give not two fucks about. How ironic. The shit that this person wants you for, you don't even care about. And you would never give anything like this to this person. They're insane. They were trying to marry you for money. They just feel like they had their hooks into you, dug into you real deep, and that they were going to be able to extract whatever they want. Continue to move in silence, because this person is attempting to do that. But they're really loud about their movements. They tell everybody, and this person's being haunted by the fact that your love is gone, which is a little bit sad, but not so much, because this person didn't really love you. They just loved your money. They just loved your big dick and you being stable, rich, a business owner or an entrepreneur or a rapper or an artist or whatever. They loved that you have spiritual and physical clout. That's what they loved about you. They loved the money. That's crazy. You need to find masculine. I hope that this queen rising, I mean, I feel like she's somebody that has her own money, but you need to find a woman that does not give a fuck about your money. Who the fuck cares? I mean, people that think money is going to bring happiness are delusional, and they don't understand themselves. And so, you don't need to be with anybody that's spiritually immature like that literally thinks that money is going to bring happiness. Everybody that has money knows that money does not buy happiness. You can buy temporary happiness by getting a new item, but after that, it's just a fucking object. That doesn't mean shit. Maybe you could wear it. Maybe you could look at it. At the end of the day, it's an object. It's something that is, it's not something that's in the spirit. It's not something that is divine. I mean, I'm not saying that objects can't be divine, because of course they can. But the type of objects that this person wants to use you for are not divine objects, okay? They want to use you so that they can gamble their money away, so that they can not have to work and sit around and harass you all fucking day. This is that type of person that you're dealing with. And this woman could be even getting money so that she could give it, that fucking happiness hater, so that she could give it to a man that's in prison. That could be one reason. This could be a scam, a love scam. By the way, I do not do personal readings. I will never contact you for a personal reading. If anybody contacts you saying that they are ASTRAEA Love or the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle, no, they're not. Unless you see that highlighted like that, that's in the chat, no, they're not me. And do not fall for that trick, because there are people that will use my face and try to use my energetic signature to get people for clients or whatever. I don't know what they're doing, but it's a scam. Please block them. Please report them and then block them. Okay. This person is having legal issues. Like I just said, they're a spiritual hater. And what did I say about stalking you from fucking fake accounts? They're going to use their friend's account or a fake account to follow you online because they don't know where you live. Trust me, if this person knew where you live, they would be coming to your house continuously, trying to force themselves on you. Well, actually, they might not, because they don't have a car, but they need you in your vehicle, which is absolutely insane. This woman wants to know if you're sleeping with anyone else because she used sex as a bargaining tool in their relationship. It's none of her business if you're sleeping with anybody else. So the fuck what you are. Absolutely you are. This stink pussy bitch nobody wants. That's why she's gunning for you. This person will try to kiss your ass in every way because they want money to get out of these legal issues. I don't know if this person has done something to you or who they've done it to, but they have to pay. This could be somebody that's attacking your queen rising, the person that you just got with or that you're dating. And they may not even know who to attack. They're just going to attack everyone. I'm getting major Hailey Bieber vibes off of this person. Wanting somebody for fucking clout. Being a spiritual hater. Threatening to bring legal fucking issues to the person if they don't stay with them. Saying this is your baby and all sorts of type of shit. You could have been with a total psycho manipulator that was obsessed with you. That ain't shit. That's the thing. Nobody cares about this stuff because it ain't shit. That's why I'm like, why does it come through the reading? I guess so that you could know that this person from your past still is a thing for you. Divine masculine. Child services. What did I just say about the child? Somebody is going to end up calling DCFS on fucking the Biebers. Justin and his wife. I'm not kidding. I'm literally seeing somebody doing that. Like actively calling DCFS with some fucking it. I mean, whether these people are good for each other or not doesn't fucking matter. This person is calling and lying. Okay. So that's not cool. They're not being honest. There's not actually children that are being at risk. This is somebody that's from the outside that's a spiritual fucking hater. Okay. So yeah, this person, this feminine energy, if you had children with them, they may get child services being called on them, or they may try to call that on you. Just be aware that this is a waste of fucking time. It's trying to do this and accomplish whatever they're trying to accomplish is a waste of time. You are still dodging bullets by walking away from them. Blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, protected by haters. This person has a lot of very karmic friends, this feminine energy, okay? A lot of karmic friends, very fake smiles, always trying to make you, like when you were with this person was always fake smiling your fucking face while stabbing you in the back. and literally forcing you to do this fake smile bullshit when you're not happy, when you were not happy with them. They were always posting on social media that you guys had the perfect life when that was not the case. This person's very fucking fake, and they're very cheap, like spiritually cheap, and they're annoying, and they're impetuous, they're argumentative. Okay, they're overwhelming, overbearing. This person will be up. Like, if you, I couldn't imagine living with this bitch. She would smother you to fucking death. I am definitely getting smothering, annoying, harassing, irritating, agitating energy off this feminine energy. This person doesn't know when to speak, doesn't know when to be quiet. That's a big problem. If you've ever met anybody that they say the wrong things, or they say things that are secrets of other people, like at the most inopportune times, hi, welcome in. Um, you know, yeah, this person is all fake smiles. Just totally fake, pretending they're living in a fantasy world that they created up in their head that has nothing to do with the reality of the real world that they're living in. And this person has bad fucking karma because they were doing bad things. They were creeping around, always stalking. This is literally reminding me of Hailey Bieber. Bad karma, creeping, fake smiles, trying to make, dude, everything that's faked like this, all these fake smiles, all this fucking social media shit. I'm only using her as an example because I want you to know that this energy that you're dealing with is exactly like her energy. It's just, this is embarrassing. And I don't even not like this person. I just feel like this person needs help. They need to make themselves the priority of their own life and stop focusing on other people. Stop obsessing and focusing. And this, again, the shadow work, this person needs to do the shadow work. It needs to go within, like straight up. They need to go within and find out who they truly are so that they can walk around this life with other people, not having to be fake, not faking everything. When you have to fake everything to have relationships and to get into places, to get into clubs and bars and all this, and you're just, why? I just feel like people should be allowed to feel the way they feel. They shouldn't have to feel like they have to be fucking fake. This person's not happy, but they're faking like they are happy and like nothing's wrong. And that's not the case. They're not happy and they need help. They need mental help. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody. I can just tell you what I'm picking up on. And I feel very sad for this person. And again, I'm not trying to diss these people in any way, but you guys have to understand that celebrities are a very good way of looking at situations and being able to learn from what's going on in their lives, because it's happening to them, and it's also happening to other people in the collective. And so when you can look at somebody, see something, recognize it, understand it, then you can heal, learn, and grow from it. Then it becomes a positivity. I'm never going to sit here and talk smack on anybody, just talk smack on them. This is only to teach you guys how to not fall into these traps. Like I was saying, be free to be who you are. You don't need a man. You don't need a man to make you happy. I know that people don't want to hear that. There's a lot of women that hate when I say that, but I'm sorry, but you don't need a man to make you happy. You still be this queen rising energy, stepping into your power and all that, and you can be happy with yourself. And until you learn to be happy with yourself, you're only going to draw in people that are of a low vibration, because basically, oh, yay, you ordered selenite. Yay, I'm so glad. Awesome. That's amazing. You're going to be so happy. Your mom's going to be so happy with it. Yeah. So it's a waste of time for this person to do all this stuff that I've been talking about. This is basically a waste of time, because they could be living their life and actually being happy and not having to falsify everything that they're doing. And I know that the media wants to catch people at their worst and stuff like that, but it's putting, like, specifically on this relationship, the media is putting too much, and there's others as well. The media puts too much pressure on people. They put too much pressure on relationships to work out, and too much pressure on situations that maybe are not meant to be. And I feel like if the media and everything else would back off of this couple, and again, I feel like there's a big energy behind the collective that just needs to back off and allow people to be themselves, allow them to show who they truly are. Again, I just pity this person because they feel like they need to copy what somebody else does every single day, that they have to copy what this person does to keep this masculine energy. And no, that's not going to work. This masculine energy is going to run away anyways, because this relationship was never meant to be with this karmic feminine. It was not a relationship that was written in the stars, nothing planned by God, nothing like that. Okay. Not a divine partnership. This person is not a divine feminine. They want to be so bad, so they copy everything. This is exactly what I'm saying. Don't be like this person. They copy everything that this divine feminine does because they want to be seen as the divine feminine, but they are not the divine feminine. And it shows that because of everything from stalking to grudge holding to trying to hook somebody to the ego, being stuck in the ego, to abusing divination and magic and all of this stuff. No divine feminine is going to be a spiritual hater against anybody else. They're not going to stalk anyone. They're not going to creep around the corner. They're not going to go through somebody's phone. Divine feminines do not function on the level that this person is functioning. And that's why it's important to learn from these people. Okay. And the situations, because somebody in the collective is dealing with somebody that is copycatting them, like straight up all the time. They want to be just like this divine feminine. And you have to actually be divine, which means instead of spending your time doing wickedness and evil and wasting time creating fake accounts and doing all this shit to trip up this person and ruin their life, a real divine feminine would just be working on herself and helping other people. And that's what's actually attractive. And so this person could go to a homeless shelter, help a bunch of people, and they would still be doing all of these things only because divine feminine did them. But when divine feminine did them because she wanted to help others. And that's what is beautiful and attractive. This person just helping others because divine feminine helps others, that's not actually helping anybody. This person's just doing this for ego and clout, copying anybody that she sees that this boss daddy is into. Yeah, exactly. This person's dusting it off. Okay, they're trying to cover their tracks. They're also this person's having a secret love affair. Why are they so obsessed with this boss daddy masculine energy when they're having a secret love affair? I feel like this false divine feminine could have had a baby with the best friend of this boss daddy person, like somebody else. It's somebody else's baby. Yeah. And now that person's uninterested with them. So they just decided that they would end this romantic love affair and try to trap this boss daddy with the baby, because the boss daddy is actually stable. What I just say, creativity, stealing your work, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of you. You could be experiencing people at your school that are doing this, that are copying off of you. I would every once in a while catch somebody cheating off my test, and I would be like, yo, really? Like, really? Like, we probably don't even have the same test. What are you doing? That's so funny. Impersonator. From creativity, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates you, feeds off of you, to impersonator, wants to be like you, acts like you, dresses like you, copies you. What was I just saying? Literally, this person will impersonate anybody that this divine masculine gets with. This is something that's happening to so many people in the collective. Wild. Just wild. Okay, let's see. Looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. This person wants to collect some type of info so that they have an inside scoop to be able to talk about you. But I don't really get that there's anything that they could find out about you that anybody else would really care about. It's just not really like, there's nothing like super shocking or anything that's going to change your reputation. They're looking for something that would mess with your reputation, and I'm just like not really seeing anything. I feel like this divine masculine could have been suffering from maybe alcoholism or drug abuse problems, and it could be because he's been so stressed out. But I also get that that was something that this person enabled them to do in some type of way. And now that they're getting free from that, they're starting to recover. And I feel like, they felt with this addiction energy, they felt very threatened, intimidated, threatened, and bothered. And this person feels very threatened and bothered by, them being left or whatever. Should have been, in their head, overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. I feel like this person will resort to magic, obsessive lover. They're so dangerously toxic, unhealthy, possessive, and karmic that they will absolutely go use magic on this man. And once this person goes and puts a love spell or even a sweetener spell would trigger the system. This person goes to do any type of spell work on this boss daddy. And I'm not joking. This boss daddy will become unconsciously aware that this person's trying to put juju on them or trying to put love spell on them. And this person's going to be haunted. Memories, flashbacks, trauma, side effects. This person's going to wake up being haunted with memories, traumas, flashbacks, side effects from the spell. Because when you put a love spell on somebody, what you're doing is you're taking a spirit and you're putting that spirit, forcing that spirit to love you, and then you're putting it inside another person. That's why love magic is some of the most evil shit that could ever exist. And I am going to tell you that this is one of the fastest ways to get yourself killed by the person that you love. You put a love spell on them and it backfires. That person will hate you in the most intense way. And yes. Oh, I'm so glad that she feels better today. Yay. Yeah, I definitely prayed them away. So they won't be coming back for sure. Good. I'm so glad. Your mom's going to be able to recover and get back to the way that she was feeling before she had those things harassing her. So that's going to be beautiful. But yeah, definitely this is why it's so dangerous to do love magic. And then just think too that when it comes to love, you want somebody that actually loves you for who you are, not somebody that you like. I just don't understand the concept of feeling like you have to put magic on somebody to make them feel a way that they don't feel about you. It's like trying to change destiny and fate. And so this is why it can backfire so bad. And the spell, if it's not broken, will cause this masculine to kill this woman. It's extremely sad, and it happens in more homicide cases than we are even aware of. I mean, there are so many things that happen in this world because of spell work backfiring and because of, a spell being put on somebody. This is why, like, just don't resort to magic. I'm just reading your comment. Give me 1 second. Oh, really? Okay, let me look at your dad's energy. So I'm definitely picking up on a presence with him. It's not always with him, but like what I feel like this thing does, yeah, it could be some type of dark archangel. What it does is a long time ago, there was something that triggered between your parents. And it could have been that she was cooking food for him. Something about it has to do with food. So there was something that got triggered. And at that time, this entity came in, it set something in motion with your father. Since that, it allows time to go by. It's not always around, but what it does is it comes back and it checks on that negative like seed that it put into motion to make sure that it's going to cause problems in the relationship in the future, right? And the problem is that basically he's not able to get over the topic because this entity has put something in motion that keeps him in a cycle of getting re-triggered, right? So and he also, okay, so this entity also influences him to not take care of his body. So I feel like that there, it could be influencing him to either eat a lot or fast a lot. Oh, and that he still does. Yeah, I kind of feel like your mother might be right. At least that it's, I mean, I just asked twice and I got a very big yes response. Always use your intuition and use the muscle testing and resistant testing. I don't, this is kind of sad. I feel like this is like a really big betrayal for your family. I feel like there is somebody that he may still be interacting with. And that could be why he's not letting it go. You know what I'm saying? So whoever this other energy is definitely got the spirit of Jezebel, this other female energy. And I'm hoping that this is not like your mom's sibling or somebody. Why would I feel like this person would have been close to your family at some point? I don't know. Maybe they're do something with his work. But whoever this woman is, they have the spirit of Jezebel. And I know you guys probably don't know about Jezebel, but Jezebel is a spirit that possesses men, it possesses women and then causes women to be Jezebel like everything from over wearing makeup to manipulating people through sex and stuff like that. And then trapping people. Jezebel has been known to do so many different types of crazy things, like to women to make them insane. And then she's basically, because she wants to be loved by a man, but she's a demon. So like there's no demon that can be her lover. So she wants a lover that is a man, a human man. And anyways, she works through a lot of different people, and I am getting that this Jezebel energy has been with this woman for a long time. Yeah, absolutely. That's good that he doesn't drink. That's very good that he doesn't drink. And he's very spiritual. Yeah. I definitely feel that. I feel like without these dark energies being there, he won't be as tempted to stray away from the family, basically. But you have to, he's under some type of witchcraft. That whoever this female energy is like, that whatever that he may or may not be messing around with, that person is putting spell work on him. That's why, I I really feel like once what we're going to do is we're going to clear this stuff, and then you'll have to let me know how things shift, because he will feel like a completely different person once this spirit is not hooking him and then basically reeling him in. That's what I feel. And I do feel like your father loves your mother. Like there still is passion there and there still is real love there, right? But this Jezebel energy has tried to keep, because your parents could very possibly be soulmates for one another. This other energy, like whatever is dark in the universe has sent this other energy to basically keep your father from reaching his destiny. And so his destiny would be to be your mother and your father being divine masculine, divine feminine paired together, going on a spiritual journey. They can't go on a spiritual journey if there's a Jezebel being, person, entity. Yeah. Yeah. So the reason there's so much of the fighting in your home is because of the Jezebel energy. So what I'm going to do is just kind of clear that energy and get rid of those. And then we'll see how this shifts. Because I feel like part of your father is about to go through another spiritual awakening. Part of this situation was supposed to trigger him to awaken. So let me just kind of look at that. Yeah, and this person that comes around, they come around and they need to go away. So I ask that they are forced to go away because that, and Jezebel, get the hell out of the situation. You need to leave these people alone. Leave their house alone. You're no longer allowed to do any work here. On any level. You need to leave the female alone and find somebody else that is not a divine person. And then mess with them. Okay, so that spirit's gone. And then the other one I just cleared as well. So I feel like maybe your father's holding on to a grudge about something, or he's holding a grudge. Whatever this grudge energy is, what I feel is it's restricting his heart chakra. So he may want to play a heart chakra bowl. I would say for him to heal and let go of the grudge. I don't know what this energy of blame that is coming up. Yeah, it's running away from the truth, because it's easier to blame other people for your problems rather than to look at yourself, right? Yeah, he is holding a major grudge for sure. That's the part that's, see, when we have relationships with other people that are emotional, we have cords that attach from our heart to theirs. That's how a lot of us are connected to one another. It's like, I feel like your father is putting up a heart wall. Now, and he's doing that by holding on to this grudge energy, right? So what a heart wall does is that basically, if there's anything that has to do with puppets or dolls in this, I rebuke it in the name of God. Okay. No more of that. But what happens when you put up a heart wall, you're basically saying, okay, whatever I just went through hurt really bad. I'm not willing to go through that again. So basically you're telling your energy to keep things out. And, the universe wants to give you the full spectrum of experience, from a compatibility of 1 being low vibrational experience to 10 being a high vibrational experience. But if you have a wall up saying, I'm holding on to a grudge, I'm not willing to accept love coming in, then basically you have a wall up. So only the low compatible or low vibrational experiences will come through. So I'm going to take down your father's heart wall, and I'm going to help clear this grudge energy. But he needs to know, his ego needs to know that the energy of the grudge that he's holding onto is not valid. And in a marriage, you're married to somebody that you're going to be with for your entire life, okay? And beyond that. And so there's no point holding a grudge against somebody who is the literal other half of your soul. Do you know what I'm saying? The exact pairing for you. I feel like your parents were meant to be, and that's very rare. Like that I see adults, because twin flame is happening more and more often, but to see adults that are twin flame, it is the energy of this grudge that has been definitely blocking his heart. And the thing is that when you have a heart wall up, you're not just blocking one area of your life, you're blocking every area of your life. So that's why he's very unhappy, because he feels like he's getting low vibrational energy, and it's because of this heart wall. So yeah, and the hooks that this other person had into him, you have to forgive. Again, he was under a love spell. Yeah, he doesn't listen to you, but you may need to change the way that just say, Dad, I know that you love Mom, and I know that you love yourself. And if you keep holding on to this grudge, all you're going to do is hurt yourself. You're going to hurt Mom, and you're going to hurt everybody else. It's not helping you. You can even tell them it's closing your heart chakra. And the heart chakra is essential for you to live your life. life, you know? I mean, if he holds on to when you hold on to grudge, like when women hold on to grudges, a lot of the time it affects the heart chakra and they end up developing breast cancer. Okay, that's one side effect of holding on to a grudge or negative emotion. But yeah, when you hold, and so for him, he could very well have like a heart attack or something if he doesn't let this energy go. Because the universe will give you so many warnings, you know, of basically warnings in every type of way. Through thoughts, beliefs, visions, you know, spirit guides, signs that are in the physical realm, all of that to give you confirmation, right? So yes, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I don't feel like it's going to ruin your whole family. I feel like he'll be able to get over it. I don't even feel like your mother's done anything to warrant this grudge. What he's feeling triggered from is what something that happened in the past when she was cooking or they were eating, something like that, but it triggered something. And so yeah, so we're going to clear that trigger that happened. Yeah, you guys need to have a peaceful. I'm kind of just reading whoever comes into the chat, but on my other channel, I charge $10 a question. But yeah, so I'm going to clear that energy and hopefully things will shift. Okay, let me ask. No, they're not going to become separated. I mean, they may be distant from one another, like not wanting to talk to each other or something like that. But I don't feel like this is going to rip your family apart. And most likely it's because of what we're talking about right now. And, you know, you're very intuitive and you're also very wise. I don't know if your parents told you that you're an old soul, but you're definitely an old soul. So everything that I'm saying to you, it's basically making sense because you know that if you hold on to negative feelings and vibrations, yes, you can absolutely just ask your question. Oh, if M is getting tired of supporting you. Okay. So I will look into that. But yeah, you knowing that this grudge is, you know, if you hold on to a grudge, it's like having a rug burn or a scab and you just keep pushing on that scab and you're not allowing that wound to ever heal. So that's what I'm saying that yeah, I'm definitely clearing the energy, but everybody still has free will, so I can clear energy. But again, your dad has to come to his senses to know that if he's holding on to this energy, or if he is thinking that it's not doing him any favors for him to hold on to this energy. But I do feel another being of a positive being coming forward. It might be Vishnu. Yeah. And so Vishnu is going to help repair the situation so that he can, you know, evolve from where he's at. And like, it's not to say that his emotions are not valid or the trauma is not real. It's just saying that, well, if that exists, then what are we going to do with that? Are we going to keep dwelling on that and then emphasizing that? Or are we going to realize that there's something within us, you know, in everybody's life, no matter what it is, it's always something that needs to be healed within us, no matter what somebody does to us. Okay. Even if it's some outlandish stuff, even if we feel like we're validated to be angry, it doesn't do us any good to be angry, you know? So it's just better to be like, okay, that upset me. I'm going to go within and heal myself so that I can move forward because I don't want to continue to be angry, right? Your dad feels like his anger is proving something or that it's changing something, and it's really only hurting him and the people that he loves, you know? And so that's the thing about anger, is that it can definitely control your decisions in life, basically. And so I feel like he needs to come to this realization on his own. But if you have a heart-to-heart talk with him, dad, talk to him when he's alone and just say, Dad, do you have 15 minutes where we can just sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation? And you can just bring it up to him as been like, Dad, I know that there's been a lot of fighting going on in the house. It's, you know, it's really hurting my heart to see you so upset and so upset. And I know that you love mom. So what can we do, Dad? What can I help you do? By doing this, you're going to put it in his ballpark, basically saying like, this is your responsibility to heal. What are we going to do to change and address the situation so that things can become more clear, so that things can get better, right? You don't want to go back to the way they used to be, because the way they used to be wasn't perfect, but you want to go forward in, you know, in a right way. And nobody can move forward if they're stuck looking in the past. And so that's why grudges keep you in the past, and they keep you dwelling on situations that just do not serve you. And so that's why it can just be, and I understand. So you can tell your dad, you know, you may not be wrong. Your emotions are validated, but what positive is it bringing to your life to continue to perpetuate this, right? Um, yeah. And then saying, you know, that going within and meditating, because he is very spiritual. He's very connected to the divine. He just doesn't listen to some of the guidance that he gets, right? I feel like maybe reminding him of a story where there was compassion. There's got to be some type of story where somebody gave compassion to another person, because I feel like that's what he needs to do, is be compassionate with your mom. And I feel like your mom still loves your dad, and she feels terrorized by him at this point. But if he were to change his energy towards her, things would become much more positive. You know what I mean? Um, okay. So I hope that helped answer your question. But yeah, I don't feel like it's meant to be for them to split up. And this other woman may just fall away from the whole situation. You know, whatever it is that he feels like is missing in his marriage, you can tell him that whatever you feel like is missing in your marriage, why don't you just ask mom for that? Mom loves you. She'll be more than willing to give you whatever it is that you're seeking in another person, right? And then you'll be able to have it in the correct way. And this may seem like a lot of adult stuff to say to your father, but I feel like literally, if somebody doesn't tell him, then, you know, this is just going to continue, because he's thinking about things not in a right way. You know, if he died today, he would die very sad that he never apologized to your mom for all the shit that he said. So that's what I'm getting, is that, you know, life is to be shared with the ones that you love. We have a beautiful family, and we are supported by spirit. And so we should stay together, because that was the higher plan, you know. And it may help your parents to do a renewing of vows or something like that. I feel like your dad feels like he's not into it, but it was only because he was being distracted by a Jezebel, right? So without that energy there, your mother will become more appealing to him. And I feel like they're more on the same level. I feel like she doesn't hold on to grudges. Your mom really doesn't. She still is a bit upset because of the way that she's been treated, but she doesn't hate your dad. She doesn't not love him, and she doesn't want anything bad to happen to him or anything like that. So she's a really good person. Okay, so I'm looking now at shy. Hopefully I said that right. It's spelled shy. Okay, so will M get tired of supporting you? Okay, so what I just pulled is the star. There is something written in the stars between you and this person, which could be a divine contract. Hope and healing, inspiration and faith, positivity and wish. You could have also wished on a star recently, or that maybe that you should do this and it would benefit the situation. Okay. So Okay. So Shy, your energy is the Queen of Cups, compassionate and warmth, healer and intuition, supportive and healer. Right off the bat, I feel like you have a star quality and star trait, and it could be a gift that you're unaware of. I feel like, I don't know why I keep seeing one of my friends in my mind, but I don't know what that has connecting to this. Maybe you were friends with this person before you guys became romantic. So is this financial support or is this emotional support or is it both types of support? Is it all of that? Because what I'm getting is like you guys, there's something written in the stars between you two. You are very compassionate and warmth. You're a healer. You have intuition. You're very supportive. Queen of Cups energy is good. It is both. Okay. So what I'm being told is that you have some type of ability within you that you could be using that you would enjoy to use for work. It could be something like what I do, or it could be something different. It could be something artsy. It could be something with music. It could be writing, any of these things. But there's a star trait that you have. You don't need to rely on this person because you have a gift within you that's so big that it can make large amounts of money. Okay, that's one thing you need to know about yourself. What I'm getting is an off and on. It's like he stops supporting and then he comes back. But I even though I gotta know that he's not going to keep supporting you, I feel like how you could gain his support back would be to work to basically use your ability, whatever it is, to make money. And thinking about what your gifts are. I just saw somebody being a tutor or being tutored, thinking about what your gifts are and then how you can use them to support yourself, being the magician, right? You're very welcome. Yeah, so being the magician, you have the ability to manifest your willpower and you're very resourceful. So you don't know what the gift is. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what I'm getting is that it's some type of talent. Have you ever done acting or anything like that? Or do you do makeup? There's something that you do that is that you don't even know that you're good at. Okay, so it may be that you need to try new things. That could be another thing so that you can find out what you're good at. What are you into? What are you drawn to? I feel like you're a nurturer of people. So you nurture people to become better, right? Yeah, you have to explore a little bit, but there is definitely something here. So what you want to get to a state where you don't need anybody else's support is what I'm getting. By becoming that person that doesn't need anyone's support, you're going to basically attract him back, basically. Because he's feeling like you're leaning on him too much is what I'm picking up on. Maybe he said that to you, or maybe he didn't say that to you, but it's kind of manipulative. Currently you're jobless. I definitely know that, but it's kind of manipulative to be like giving your energy, giving support and then to withdraw it away. That's kind of emotionally manipulative. And then to give it again, that's playing a game with somebody over money. That's why you want to be able, confirmations, playing a game with your heartstrings over money. That's why you want to be able to, or is this modeling? Maybe this is some type of artistic ability. You want to be able to support yourself and start working towards that so that you don't have to be in fear that he's going to one day pull away, because he does have a little bit of a bipolarish energy. And I'm not diagnosing him with bipolar, but it's feeling like he switches from one polarity to the other, where he'll be really into it. And then all of a sudden he pulls away and just turns into a different person. So it could be that there's something going on in his family bloodline. I don't know if his mother's the same way, if she was like that with his father, but he's definitely repeating a pattern. and it's affecting your stability because you're relying on him, where I'm telling you that you don't need to rely on him. It's his father. Okay. So it is a you know, yeah, he's definitely picking that up from his father for sure. But it's not your job to fix this person. I do feel like this person, I feel like M is expecting you to fix them or to heal them or something like that. And okay, the generational trauma that he's been through and the trauma that he's been through is a lot. You've also been through a lot of trauma. I'm pretty sure everybody on this planet has trauma, at least one traumatic experience that they could think of. Right now, it's your job to take care of yourself, to do your shadow work and meditate and to address the fears and the problems that come forward. Okay, that's going to make your life so much better. Okay, is your health okay? It's what you're worrying about the most. What's going on with your health? Because as soon as you said health, and I'm seeing the Magician here, which shows me that you have the ability to manifest, and to defend yourself. So I'm picking up on spell work with your health. So what are the symptoms? Are you having headaches? The Chariot, whoa. And then I just caught those. Wow. Okay. So when I look at your health, this one just flew out, the Chariot. Okay. Determination, success, moving forward. This is victory over illness. So kidney. Okay. Okay. So kidney, that has to do with the sacral chakra. Let me just look at your chakras and see. You do have something going on with your root chakra, your solar plexus. So your root chakra is in between your legs. Your sacral chakra is where your reproductive and kidney and all of that, those organs are. Then your solar plexus is up here. And this is how, so your root chakra is about safety. Your sacral chakra is about relationships. And then your solar plexus chakra is about self-worth. So there is something going on there, but I'm picking up that it's more spell work going on with I don't feel like you're going to need a kidney transplant or something around the kidney. Are you having lower back pain? I'm picking up on something that's causing you to have, like maybe headache energy or lower back pain. Okay. That's the spell work that's going on. I do feel like you're going to be victorious over this. So there are things that you can do. Yeah, absolutely. So it is all that. But it's okay. It's absolutely okay. But I'm going to tell you that a lot of people have these things going on. So you've got a connection. When you have sex with somebody, a cord attaches from your sacral chakra to their sacral chakra. Okay. So this is how you're connected with your relationships, right? All I'm really seeing that you need to do to heal is you can use like a sacral chakra sound bowl. Okay. That's one way. You can use prayer. That's another way. You need to read Psalm 91. And I don't know if you have it, if you're spiritual, if you're religious, but Psalm 91 will work for anybody, no matter what religion you are, as long as you can read English. You need to read Psalm 91 against seen and unseen, known and unknown, hidden enemies. Yeah. And that will give you protection. And I want you to start doing this before you go to bed and when you wake up. And then throughout the day, a screenshot. Yeah. Throughout the day, if like you start to feel your energy be drained or anything like that, I would go back and read it again. Okay. Because I do feel like you have another feminine energy that's competing with you for this masculine. Okay. And I don't know who they are, but I don't know if they know you, but they're the one that is sending this attack, and they're sending it. I keep looking over here at the chat because I'm like talking to you, but I need to look in the camera. But yeah, they're sending this attack, and I feel like they're doing it in the night and in the day. What I just say, the devil energy, this one was facing up. So this person has devil energy that keeps trying to attach. Literally, I'm picking up on Jezebel energy again. It's trying to mess with the way that you feel about yourself and your confidence. Yes, your twin flame is absolutely real. But you have to understand that we have more than one level of twin flame. Everybody has free will. So when people get together, they could be a higher compatibility. That as karma comes in, and this is just a natural way of life, of being in the wheel of creation, is that karma will come in. Some of it will be good, some of it will be bad. If the other person is unwilling to mature, look within themselves and grow, and this is what I'm picking up about M, is that they're not willing to look within, and they're not willing to take accountability, and that's why they're not growing. And I feel like it's kind of been the same thing with you too, because you're trying to look for the external source. So there is something external, but please know that we all create our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. Okay, so there is a part of this that you are creating. What I'm feeling like is somebody's just trying to lower your vibration, because the more that you're unaware of the fact that that you have a higher self, that you're a spiritual being, and that you are connected with the Most High God, you're basically asleep in the matrix. That's when that's when the spell work gets sent and it actually sticks. What I'm seeing is that you're only experiencing a portion of what is actually being sent to you. And God's allowing you to experience this little portion of it so that you learn how to deal with spiritual warfare, right? Which is praying, cleansing, and getting close to God and working on yourself. Yeah, you're very welcome. Absolutely. This obsessive addiction, toxicity, excess, and codependency energy. There's addictions surrounding this person, and I don't know what they are specifically, but I feel like that you're going to have a victory over this devil energy. The chariot and the devil, that's a victory over this devil energy. So let's see. So what I'm picking up on is it's like you going within healing, doing the work on yourself. Okay, healing all the parts of you that feel abandoned and that feel unwell and that feel you basically want to heal whatever it was that pulled this situation in. And when you healed that, the situation could be sent at you over and over again, but it's basically like you've healed from it, so you pass the test and you move forward. So you may want to do a return to sender. Also, you can buy a return to sender candle, or you can just say, I return to thee that which has been sent to me by the power of 3. I return all energy. It's something like that. You make up a chant and just say that, because basically you're putting that request out into the universe. Because I feel like M is being attacked as well. It's not just you that's under the witchcraft. He's under the witchcraft. That's why he has this other dark personality. I don't know if this person's a Scorpio or if they have Scorpio highly aspect in their chart. So, King of Wands, leadership and visions, bold and daring, big ego and optimism. So again, it could be that he's stuck in his ego, or he's still stuck in the matrix and has a Leo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So big heart energy. That makes more sense, because like that's what he's doing. He's using his tongue as a weapon and then just pulling away support and then giving it back. And it's pulling on your heartstrings, basically. Yes, you'll definitely want to do a cleansing. You can purchase a sound bowl, okay, like this. I mean, it could be little, or it could be I have a sacred chakra bowl that I'll play for you at the ending of this reading. But yeah, that's a really good way to clear your energy. Taking the spiritual bath using like peppermint or using other herbs. That's another way to remove this type of energy. And then just know when you get to learn your own, this is why When spell work gets sent to you, it causes you to awaken. It forces you, yes, salt, absolutely. Pray Psalm 91 over the salt. It causes you to actually look at why it's being sent. Once you understand why it's being sent, you basically awaken to your powers and to your abilities, and then you start to take control of your life, and that's exactly what God wants. So there is something, why God's allowed this to happen is for the purpose of the both of you to awaken to your destinies and divine life purpose, which has to do with using your spiritual abilities and gifts to help yourself and help others. So that could be through charity work. It could be through so many different avenues. That's why I think that you need to do a little introspection on this star energy and ask yourself, what is it that you want in a relationship? What is it that you want in a job? Because you getting a job is going to be imperative. That's something that needs to happen. And I feel like this spell work will be gone. And I mean, it'll be a non-issue because, like I said, we're asking that God helps you heal everything that drew that experience in, and to heal of whatever this like codependency, excess energy. Is there any addictions going on in the relationship, or is it emotional addiction? Because the devil can manipulate in so many different ways. It's just like toxicity. 3 of Swords. So yeah, heartbreak and pain, separation and grief, sorrow and trauma. This person has been extremely traumatized. And I'm not excusing their behavior in any type of way. I'm not excusing it at all. Everybody's been traumatized. But what I was saying about this person is that he's unwilling to go within and to look at that trauma because he's too afraid. He's afraid of his own shadow. And so he doesn't know himself. When you start to awaken, you learn to know your own energy. And that's how you can pick up when somebody else is playing in your energy and just go, okay, this is not my energy. I just send that shit right back. You know what I'm saying? So, there is a lesson to learn why you guys have been going through this cycle. It feels like every time you break a cycle, another one begins, but it's the same type of karmic cycle. So let's see. 10 of Swords. Yeah, defeat and failure, bitterness and betrayed, exhaustion, collapse, and giving up. This is what happens every time that you repeat this cycle. If that's the person that you will end up, you may end up with somebody completely different. Again, everybody has free will, and we can't take away the free will of anybody else, and we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. So like I said, you have more than one twin flame that you could be with in this lifetime. Okay, very well. But this could be one of the twin flames that is like the first one, you know. But what I'm saying is that both of you have the opportunity to grow and develop together. But if one person decides not to go within, not to take accountability, not to take responsibility for themselves, and they just continue on their ignorant ways, and you awaken and you continue to go forward, then you will move on to another energy, to another twin flame, and you'll draw in somebody that's more your vibration. And that's what I'm picking up on is happening here, is that you're at least looking at what you're looking. Before, you weren't even asking yourself if there was anything wrong, but now you're starting to look for answers and to look to see what is going on so that you can heal, so that your life can get better. And yeah, you don't need to rely on a man, because you have a star ability and you have the energy of the magician, which means you just need to develop a method of manifestation. So yeah, he may not want to heal, but you may want to have a heart-to-heart talk with him about this, about healing, that you're going within, you're, meditating, doing yoga, working on your thoughts and beliefs, healing old patterns, releasing genetic curses and traumas. Okay. And then, well, I don't feel like you're lost. I feel like you're just in the dark night of the soul, which means you don't know what your divine life purpose is. And so that's why you feel lost. When you have your divine life purpose, everything will be so different. You will never feel lost. You'll know exactly why you exist and what you're here to do. And I can tell you that you're a star seed. That was the first card that came out. So, and when you're doing your divine life purpose, like to me, this is people, even though it's taking my time and energy, I don't consider it to be like work. Like this is what I love to do. And so your divine life purpose will be to use your abilities to help others. And it'll be something that you actually do love to do. So thinking about what were you not allowed to do when you were a child? I just saw horses. Horses may be significant to you. But yeah, you're going to end up being an entrepreneur of some type. Definitely picking up on a star trait. Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny. You did just dream of that the other day. This is beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, your dreams literally are giving you clues and hints to this Wheel of Fortune and how to get there. Fate, positive changes, cycles, and changes. So yeah, the situation is going to change. Of course, I do with the three, anytime I see the Three of Swords, I know that there's a third party involved. Somebody was trying to cause great pain for you and this person. Yeah, about the horse. Okay, you dreamed about that the other day. I was seeing somebody that's a horse trainer, somebody that takes care of horses, or they teach other people how to ride or do stuff like that, or taking care of show horses, something like that. But yeah, that energy is coming through very strong for you. You could be like a horse whisperer and not even know it. And the way that this person feels about you, when they see you in your divine life purpose, they're going to admire you for that. They're going to admire you for not having to rely on them. Because then just think about this way. If you can support yourself, and you're doing something you love, you have a fulfilled life, you're connected with God, you're trusting in God, when you know that when you stop relying on mankind and men in general for money, and you start relying on God, knowing that your pennies come from heaven and that the divine will always make sure that you are taken care of, that's when you can step away and go, okay, well, I don't need to hold on to this relationship out of fear that I'm not going to be supported, right? Because God supports me, God's got my back. And then it basically takes the power out of his hands, so where he doesn't have a bargaining chip anymore. And then you can look at the relation, know that it will work out, and you give this issue up to God. God wants to give you a testimony, girl, for sure. God wants to do that. And that's the way, and his help. It is in an attempt to betray and like 10 of Swords you, which is that's not a good behavior. That's very toxic behavior. This is what his father does. And I feel like maybe he's not aware that he's repeating the same exact pattern. You guys are so welcome that his father created, right? Which that's generates. He's not. And so that's why it may benefit you to tell him, like not in a way that would be like you're like never approach it that way. That's not how you talk to this person. Just be this Queen of Cups, very loving, very nurturing energy, and say, sweetie, what I am picking up on is that you're repeating the same thing that your father went through, and what he was doing and how he approached money and the beliefs about money and support. And you're just repeating this cycle, and it's time to heal and to go within. And so then he may say, well, you haven't done any healing. And you can say, actually, I am working on it. We're all a work in progress. Inner child. And that's with the solar plexus energy, because he feels like life is not fair to him and that he's always getting treated poorly or like not fairly. And that's actually not true, Yeah. Yeah. It's like you guys could dream a better future. Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled, contentment and pleasure. This is what I'm saying. That if he's willing to go on